Summer Blockbuster was last night, and boy was it a great 4-hour show. I've got 3 key takeaways that I want to talk about on Screw the Script. The big takeaway that I want to talk about, how great is it with Will Ospreay and Swerve running it back? And man, oh man, do I hope AEW doesn't shit the bed and miss on the opportunity of having this be a third match at All In later this summer. They need to have a third match. This match went the distance. It was easily one of the best matches of the year on free television or streaming if you watch it on Max like myself. This wasn't even a pay-per-view match, but it felt like it could have easily have been the main event of a pay-per-view. These guys battled hard for 30 minutes and then ultimately ran out of time. So run it back. They have a lot of chemistry together. They respect each other, especially after what happened at the end of the match. Tying into this match, we saw storylines progress. We saw the Death Riders come out and then the Young Bucks. And they took out, they beat up Swerve. They handcuffed him to the corner and they were about to take him out as per Jon Moxley's request. But right before they hit super kicks to Swerve in the corner, when they took out their shoes with thumbtacks on them, Will Ospreay comes in and eats the kick to save Swerve. Now, if that isn't a show of respect in pro wrestling, I don't know what is. I was a little worried that maybe Will Ospreay was going to turn heel slowly after he lost to Hangman, but it doesn't look like it. A heel doesn't sacrifice their own face like that. And it just furthers the storyline, especially later on in the night when we saw the Bucks approach Hangman, and Hangman is like, no, god damn it, fuck you guys. I did not ask you to do this. There was never a plan to take out Swerve. I am not a part of this. And then guess who was hiding in the back? Prince Nana comes in and says, hey boss, did you hear all that? And Swerve goes, you're damn right I did. Great storyline progression. People say AEW cannot put out storylines, but they have been consistently putting out great storylines with great wrestling all of 2025. They are kicking WWE's ass in 2025, from storylines to in-ring actual action and matches to their big shows. Everything is blowing out WWE. That's my opinion. You may disagree with it, but I really think 2025 is easily AEW's year over WWE. Then the second key takeaway from last night's episode of Summer Blockbuster, we got a new title reveal. They did unify the belts like I expected. Okada and Omega are going to have a 5th match against each other. Such a historic rivalry. All 4 of their previous matches are top-notch, top-tier, 5-star matches that you'll ever see. Go and watch any of them and you'll be floored. Your jaw will hit the floor on how great those two wrestle together in the ring. And now we're going to be treated with a 5th match, unifying the titles. Here's a photo of it. The only thing I don't like, and maybe it's just until they figure out a name, I don't like the unified name. But WWE, if I'm not mistaken, did file a trademark for the Intercontinental title, so they couldn't just easily call it that. That would have been the obvious move if it was available. They are claiming that this title is the second, main title. So it's basically like their, WWE Championship to the World Heavyweight Championship like we have over in WWE. You got the AEW Championship and now you have the Unified Championship. I do hope eventually they come up with a different name. I hope that this isn't just set in stone for the name, but man, oh man, is that title fucking gorgeous. They have a saying in AEW that it's where the best wrestle. It's also where the best belt designs are made. I mean, that belt alone looks better than every belt in WWE. I'm sorry. They've slightly improved their titles. I still don't like the main title. I really don't like the look of the IC title anymore. The US title is okay. I think the best looking title in WWE right now has to be the World Heavyweight title. It's not as good as the original Big Gold with that little, WWE logo in the center. But overall, I think that's their best looking title right now. That, and then I believe it's the SmackDown tag titles, the ones that are a little bit more squared off around the edges. I believe that's SmackDown's. Those are the 2 titles in WWE that I really like the look of. The rest of the designs, I'm not huge on. And I think this design last night that was revealed by AEW completely blows out of the water every title over in WWE. Great looking title. That's my second takeaway from last night. The third one, Tekla, or Thekla, however it's pronounced. I hear both. I think it is Tekla. She is a rising star in the AEW women's division immediately. Tony Khan is pushing her and pushing her and pushing her. Like I said, I think she was brought in to be Mariah May's replacement. When they knew that they were going to lose Mariah May, they needed to, swing the bat at some huge pitch, which was, this huge signing. Tekla was probably the biggest free agent in the women's division out there. And I know Triple H and Shawn Michaels were actually trying to get her over in NXT, I believe, but she turned it down. She had another great match last night against Queen Aminata. Queen Aminata, also really good. I hope she gets a push in 2025. But the fact that they had a newcomer go over her really shows that, hey, they're pushing her to probably challenge for the belt at All Out. Whoever wins between Mercedes and Toni Storm at All In, I think Tekla is going to be the person waiting for them right after All In, and we'll have a title match in September. They're pushing her to be a star. They really need to replace Mariah May's absence. I think they're doing it wonderfully so far. That's all I had on this quicker episode of Screw the Script. You let me know down below what you thought about that match last night that I started off this episode with. Do you want a third match between Swerve and Ospreay at All In? Where do you think that storyline's going? How do you like the belt design? And how do you like Tekla presented so far in AEW? As always, this was Maverick with Screw the Script. Thanks for watching.